Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by tall mountains, there lived a boy named Arjun. He was kind, curious, and always loved exploring. Unlike the other children in the village, Arjun wasn't afraid of the forest that stood beyond the river. Everyone believed the forest was magical, full of strange animals and hidden secrets. Some said it was beautiful, while others claimed it was dangerous. But Arjun couldn't help but feel a deep connection with the woods. One evening, when the golden sun was setting, Arjun saw a bright light shining deep inside the forest. It looked like a star had fallen to the earth. His heart filled with excitement. Without thinking twice, he decided to follow the light. Putting aside his fear, he ran towards the riverbank and jumped onto his little boat. Holding the oars tightly, he started rowing across the water. As he neared the forest, the trees on both sides of the river seemed to lean closer, forming a natural arch over his head. And as he passed under their branches, the sound of birds chirping and insects buzzing filled his ears. As soon as he reached the other side, Arjun tied up his boat and stepped onto the soft, damp ground. The forest welcomed him with the scent of wet soil and decaying leaves. Looking around, he noticed tiny mushrooms popping out from the ground and colorful butterflies fluttering among the bushes. Arjun felt a sense of wonder wash over him. The deeper he went, the thicker the trees grew, creating a canopy overhead that filtered the sunlight into dancing patches on the forest floor. After a while, the trees started to part ways, revealing a clearing bathed in an ethereal glow. And in the middle of it all stood a majestic oak tree. Its branches stretched out like welcoming arms, and its leaves shimmered with an otherworldly radiance. As Arjun approached the tree, he could feel a strange energy pulsing around him. It was both exciting and nerve-wracking. Just then, he heard a rustle in the underbrush, and out popped a white rabbit. It was no ordinary rabbit. It wore a waistcoat and carried a pocket watch in its paw. The rabbit bowed deeply to Arjun. "Greetings, young explorer. I've been expecting you." Arjun, taken aback by the talking rabbit, could only manage a confused, "Expecting me? But how?" The rabbit gestured towards the oak tree. "That tree holds the answers you seek. Ask it any question, and it will reveal the secrets of this enchanted forest." Intrigued, Arjun turned to the tree and asked, "Why did you call me here? What is this place?" The tree rustled its leaves, and a deep, ancient voice echoed through the clearing. "This is the heartwood, the center of our forest. And you, Arjun, are the key to our salvation." Arjun frowned. "Me? How am I supposed to save you? Deep within this forest, a shadow has been growing, draining the life and light from everything it touches. The animals are hiding in fear, the flowers are wilting, and even the trees are losing their leaves. Only you can stop it." Before Arjun could respond, the rabbit interrupted. "Time is of the essence, young one. The shadow grows stronger with each passing moment. You must hurry if you wish to help us." With that, the rabbit hopped off, leaving Arjun alone with the talking tree. Taking a deep breath, Arjun knew he couldn't refuse the forest's plea for help. Gathering his courage, he ventured deeper into the woods. The path ahead was dim and gloomy. Unlike the vibrant forest he had seen earlier, the trees were bare and lifeless, and a thick fog hung in the air, muffling all sounds. Arjun walked on, his determination growing with each step. He was no longer just a curious boy. He was a hero on a mission to save the forest he had grown to love. Suddenly, he heard a voice whispering his name. "Arjun! Arjun! Come and join the fun! Come and join the fun!" The voice was sweet and enticing, and it seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. "Who's there?" Arjun called out, his voice echoing in the stillness. But there was no reply. Only the rustling of leaves and the distant cawing of crows answered him. As he continued on, the voice grew louder. "Arjun! Arjun, come and play with us! Come and play with us!" He quickened his pace, eager to put an end to this eerie game. Then he saw it, a clearing bathed in an unnatural green light. In the middle stood a group of children, their faces pale and their eyes glowing an eerie green. They were beckoning to him, their smiles wide and unsettling. Arjun hesitated. Something about the children and the clearing felt wrong, but the voice, sweet and persistent, kept calling to him. Arjun! Arjun, come and play with us forever. Come and play with us forever! For a moment, he considered joining them. The clearing seemed like a respite from the oppressive gloom, and the voice promised an end to the loneliness that had enveloped the forest. But then he remembered the forest's plea for help, the animals cowering in fear, the flowers wilting away. He had a duty to fulfill. With newfound resolve, Arjun turned away from the clearing and the voice, his steps firm and purposeful. He would not be swayed by trickery or lured into false promises. His mission was clear, and he would not waver. He walked on, pushing through the thick undergrowth until he came upon a small opening, and what he saw before him took his breath away. In the middle of the gloom stood a magnificent oak tree. Its branches reached towards the sky, and its leaves, though withered, still held on tight. And beneath the tree, coiled like a serpent, was a mass of darkness, pulsating with an evil energy. As Arjun approached, the darkness stirred. Tendrils of black mist snaked out, coiling around his feet and reaching for his legs. But he stood his ground. "Leave me, shadows," Arjun commanded, his voice ringing with authority. "You have no hold over me." The darkness writhed, and a voice, cold and cruel, echoed through the forest. "Foolish child, you cannot defeat me. I am the Shadow Blight, and I am eternal." "That may be," Arjun replied, "but you have forgotten something. You forget that light conquers darkness. You forget that life conquers death. And you forget that hope conquers despair." With that, Arjun reached out and touched the oak tree. A surge of energy coursed through him, and he felt an overwhelming sense of connection with the forest, with the animals, with every living thing that had been affected by the Shadow Blight. And then he acted. Arjun channeled all his feelings of determination, bravery, and love for the forest into a single powerful blast of energy. It shot forth from his hands, banishing the darkness and dispelling the gloom. The forest sighed as if awakening from a nightmare. The trees rustled their leaves in gratitude. The flowers lifted their heads in thanks. And the animals emerged from their hiding places, blinking in the newfound light. As for the Shadow Blight, it recoiled, shrieking in agony as it was driven back into the depths of the earth. Its tendrils, once so menacing, withered and vanished. And with a final, desperate wail, it disappeared from sight. Arjun collapsed to his knees, exhausted but exhilarated. He had done it. He had saved the forest. Then, as if sensing his fatigue, the ancient oak tree rustled its leaves, showering him with acorns that glowed with a soft, warm light. Arjun gathered the acorns and, with a smile, started his journey back home. He walked with a lighter step, his heart soaring with the joy of accomplishment. As he reached the riverbank, he turned for one last look at the forest, and what he saw took his breath away. The forest was ablaze with color. Flowers bloomed in vibrant hues, butterflies danced among the trees, and the very leaves shimmered with an otherworldly glow. The forest was alive, thriving, and filled with wonder. When Arjun returned to his village, the townspeople, along with the animals and the talking tree, celebrated his victory over the Shadow Blight. They cheered his name, praising him for his bravery and kindness. From that day forward, Arjun was known throughout the land as the hero who had saved the enchanted forest. But for Arjun, the greatest reward was the friendship and admiration of the creatures he had helped. And so the balance between light and darkness was restored, and the enchanted forest remained a place of magic and wonder for all who entered it, forever protected by the boy who had dared to face the shadows and bring the light back into the darkness. The end!